GTO is an automobile mechanic company that's been around for the past, I think, over 2 decades, if I'm not mistaken. I don't know. I just found out recently that they have more than just one GTO around the area, and I stay in Chicago. I was surprised. I thought the only one was the one by my house, but apparently I did some digging, I did some research, and apparently there's GTOs all around the state. I was surprised. I was like, wow, there's a lot of GTOs around here, but I've came across GTO like a few years ago, probably several years ago. I kind of lost track, but before I went to them, I had this other mechanic that used to take very good care of the old vehicle that I had. I had a 1988 Chrysler New Yorker. I loved the hell out of that car. That car, even though it had a lot of problems due to the age method, it took me to hell and back. It was still able to function in ways that a lot of other cars wouldn't, because these cars today, if there's a little thing going wrong with the car, it wouldn't even like operate. But that Chrysler New Yorker, Jesus Christ, that car has served me a great justice. And the mechanics that I took it to, not GTO, this is before I knew GTO again, but these other mechanics, they was at the top of their game. They knew what the problem was like 10 to 15 minutes after I gave it to them. And then after I paid them, before I even went home to wait or to try to get a rental car or just to have, just to get transportation help, they fixed the car the same day. No matter what the problem is with that car, they would fix it. Now, unfortunately, I had to let that car go because I had to get a new transmission. I had like a little bit of a restriction saying that if I'm going to spend over like $800 to $900 on an old car like that, I might as well get a new one. And that's what happened. I wasn't going to buy another transmission. Now I got this Honda. Now I love this Honda. I love it to death. Not as much as I love my old one. Because the experience that I've been having with this car, soon as I got this car, I had to put a new engine in it. Jesus Christ. But I came across GTO because my family, they knew about it. They're like familiars with with the workers in GTO, and not only that, but they're close to my house. Other than the other mechanics that I've been to, and not only that, but my dad encouraged me to go to them. He said, "Look, new car, new mechanic. I suggest you go to a new mechanic so you can get so you can have a refresher." And I took his advice. And when I took my car in for the first problem I had with the Honda, not with the engine. I took it to another place before my dad gave me that advice with GTO. But when I took it to them to fix other situations with this car, they seemed pretty reasonable people. I liked them a lot. I love their service. I love their communication, and I just love the way how they did business. Even though their way of how they get things fixed was a little bit more lacking than the other mechanics that I went to. But GTO was actually ahead of their game. They used to call me, let me know what the problem was, and let me know how long it'll take. And then after that, then it'll be fixed within a couple of days, and they'll give me an estimate. Sometimes I have to let them know how long I would probably have to let them hold the car because I was probably not in the area. And they will say, no problem. Just let us know when you're ready to pick it up. So they didn't really give me no holding fee issues with the car at all. Maybe it's because I was a familiar too, and they knew a few of my friends and stuff. So they was actually pretty reasonable people. And I've been with GTO ever since. GTO is actually very special. I love them, and I would recommend anybody that has mechanical issues with their cars, that has a GTO around the area, to go to them and see what the problem is. They would definitely fix it. That's what I would have said 8 months ago. Right now, the way they're handling things is a little bit of a disaster. Actually, a lot of a disaster, if you ask me, in my opinion. It seems like everything that has made GTO great has sunk when it comes to their communication, their honesty, and their business method. The last problem I had with this car, let me see, where is my receipt? I've got like a lot of receipts here. Okay, it's this one. Okay, so look, caliber repair. I had to fix a caliber. I had to get new brake pads on the back of my of my wheel in the rear, and I had to get an oil change. All that was $500 on this receipt. Now, how I know I had to get those fixes because one day I was driving, and on my way home, a VSA light and an ABS light showed up in my car, and I had no idea what those lights was. I don't know anything about cars like that. I know how to, how to change brakes and how to, do oil changes and change tires. I think every man should know how to change a tire, basically. But those lights, I have never seen those before in my car. So I took them in. I took the car in and I told him the situation that I just realized about this and I need this to get fixed. And the guy who I addressed this to, his name is Leo, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, his name is Leo. Very cool guy. He's been, every time I took my car in to get it fixed, he was the main person that would, that I would talk to. He was actually the only person that would look at the car and fix it. So he was familiarized of how to get the car fixed and how to get it repaired. So he told me the situation. He told me the estimate and what needed to be fixed. And I was like, okay, cool. So this happened in February 26th this year. So when he fixed the problem in February 26th, the light didn't show up. So when I started driving, I was beginning to hear a noise in the back of my car. I guess it was from the brakes. And then little do I know that the light showed up again. So I was like, you know what? No problem. So I gave him a call and I told him, hey, look, the light is showing up, but I'm still hearing noise in the back of my car again, right by where the brakes are. Can you take another look at it? He said, sure. I've done that. Took a couple of days. He got it fixed, drove it around, and the lights showed up again. This has actually been going on for some time, ever since now, basically. They fixed so much stuff to this car up till now. I've actually honestly lost track. But the problem was still occurring. The problem was still going on with the car ever since today. And I'm a very patient person. Like, I can understand when things are not coming out the way they're supposed to. Trust me, if anybody, I fucking understand. And that's the reason why I wasn't hard on them, because I can understand how mechanics have a hard time finding these things. And from what I have experienced and what I've seen at G.T.O is that they're very understaffed. They don't really have a lot of people working there. So it's most likely just him and probably a couple of other mechanics that's probably at the head of their game trying to fix whatever it is to the car. Which is why I was pissed off, is because if he is having issues, he could at least just let me know. Like, Leo, if you're looking at this video, that was one thing I was a little fed up with, is because I told you, look, I'm working 3 jobs, and without my car, it's hard for me to do transportation. It's hard for me to go around, and I don't want to spend a lot of money on Uber. Uber is ridiculously expensive, especially when I try to do these long distance, traveling when it comes to me trying to go to where I need to go. So if I'm telling you I need to get my car fixed at a certain day and you tell me you can do it, then at least be on that, at least be on your word. And if something happens, at least call me and let me know so I can plan ahead of time. But with G.T.O, that's not the case anymore. They used to do that, let you know, but now they don't. Like, it's so stupid now. Now I have to call them up to see what's going on. Sometimes he will let me know that it's ready, even though he didn't even let me know it was ready ahead of time. And then there are times where someone else will answer the phone and they don't even know what is going on with the car. Like, it is very unprofessional. It is very, cringeworthy. It's like, what? Like, how you don't know what's going on in my car? Like, every mechanic should at least have an update scoop on the computer or however y'all do it to let another person know what's going on with the vehicle, just in case if the person that's fixed now is not there. Like, come on, what kind of person leaves that type of stuff confidential? That doesn't make any sense unless you don't trust other mechanics fixing the car. But if that's the case, why is you letting them feel why you don't trust other workers to fix cars unless they're going to mess something up? That makes us more cautious if that's the case. I'm not saying that could be, but all I'm saying is At least let us know what's going on before you make these type of adjustments. And that was a problem with G.T.O. Another problem that I had with them was dishonesty. Now, there were times where I would park my car up till now when I was going back and forth trying to put this car back in the shop, because this was happening at least a dozen times, a lot of times. This is not the first, second, third, fourth, fifth, sixth time I have to take my car to the shop because of the same issue that they had to freaking fix. This isn't. But a couple times when I was taking my car into the shop, he told me that it was fixed, but when I went up there to pick it up, it was at the same spot where I parked it. Now, they could have fixed it. They could have looked at it, right, and then just parked at the same spot. That's why I thought at first. In fact, my dad said the same thing. He was like, maybe they just fixed it and just parked it where it was at, because they ran out of parking spaces and they had to park it immediately where the other, where you first left it. That's what I first thought. But see, the way how smart I am when it comes to like people, I have to plan ahead. So right when I parked my car, before I gave him the key, I put my car audio on CD mode and I left it the exact same time length, so I could know if they actually cut the car on, then the time would just go, like the song was to start playing, so I would know if they actually start the car up or not. When I cut the car on, it was actually the same time length. So I was like, these dudes didn't even touch the car. So on Monday, when Leo told me that the car was ready, and then when I went up to the place to try to pick it up, first of all, when I called on Sunday before I called on Monday, I actually had to call off work to let my manager know that I didn't have a ride to get to work, because they never reached me. They never let me know that the car was fixed, and so I thought that they were still working on it. So I told my manager that. So on Sunday, I asked the guy what was going on. This wasn't Leo, this was another dude. And he told me that, well, we didn't look at it yet. And this guy, he's a mechanic, but he doesn't fix major things, is what he told me. So I was like, dude, what's your point of working here then? You know what I'm saying? That don't make no sense. So he told me that, we're going to be able to get to about Monday at best. This was Sunday when try to pay attention to this. This was Sunday when this freaking happened. So that was when I called the manager and told her that I wasn't going to be able to make it. So Monday, when I called the place again, Leo answered the phone. I asked him what was going on with the car. He said that it was ready. It was ready since Sunday. And I'm like, wait, what? But the dude just told me that it wasn't fixed. Like, it wasn't even fixed yet. He was like, I don't know why he told you that. And I was like, something ain't right. Something is not right. So I drove up there. Well, my uncle took me up there. And the car, that's what I'm saying, the car was still at the same spot where I left it. And then I took my car, and then I drove, and then the light still showed up again. At this point, I was pissed off. At this point, I was mad. I was because not only did I feel like they wasn't doing their job correctly, but I feel like I was actually getting lied to, or they were just probably getting tired of me going there back and forth. Like, oh my God, just leave the car right there and then just lie to them and say that it's fixed. Here's the thing. First of all, if you're tired of me coming there, how about you just fix the fucking car? That's common sense. If you're tired of me coming there, maybe you should just fix it so I will be on my way. Instead, you're wasting my time and you're wasting your time. You're wasting your business profit by telling me that the car is fixed and then having me believe that it is fixed. So I'm driving and hoping for the best. Now I'm cautious of you people at this point. So light showed up, and then I took it back. And then this was last Friday. So I took it back, and then I told Leo about the situation. He said it should be fixed. Here we go again. He said it should be fixed by Saturday. He said by Saturday. That's what he said. So check this out. Still no call. Still didn't call and let me know what was going on with the car. Still didn't give me an update. Still didn't let me know if the car was going to be fixed by this day or not. So the day before the day, Sunday, I told my uncle to take me up there. And at this point, I was so pissed off. I was so heated. So I told him, dude, if things go bad, if I say something bad, please put me in check. Because here's the thing with me, I don't like to be angry. I hate to get pissed off because ever since I took therapy, I have mastered the arts of trying to look at things both sides and just letting things be the way they are. And but when I hit that wall of tolerance, like if I'm pissed off, I'm gonna say things I don't want to say. I'm gonna do things I don't want to do, but at the same time, I'm not gonna regret it. So I told my uncle to just come with me, so you could, say things that just put me in check. And he said sure. So when we went there, um, the same guy that was there on Sunday, this the same kid, the same guy that was basically a mechanic, but he can't really fix major problems. He told me that the car was not fixed yet. They didn't have a chance to look at it, and he said Leo was basically off on Saturday and Sunday, which I kind of figured because I haven't seen him. But my car, I was still thinking about the day when I told you guys where the car was parked at the same spot. So that was when I told him about everything that was going on with my car and how many times I took it back and forth and I already paid for it, and then y'all still ain't doing your jobs correctly, and now I'm being lied to, of saying that the car is fixed but it's not fixed. So I asked the dude about the situation when my car was parked at the same spot, and I told him, I was like, dude, did y'all even look at the car? Did y'all even take a look at the car? So the guy was like, "Oh, I don't know. Like I wasn't there that day, dude. What is that? What are you talking about? You was there right when I went to get the car. You was there. You was there already." And you tell me you wasn't there when they was looking at it? When Leo told me that it was fixed on Sunday, right when I called off work, the same day when you told me that like no one was able to look at it, you tell me you wasn't there. Right when he said that, me and my uncle was just looking at each other like, that does not make any sense to me. That does not, and I'm trying to explain this in a way that you guys can understand, but that just shows you how cryptic they become now. I don't know what happened to GTO, honestly. I don't know what happened to them. So I told the guy, you know what? Give me my keys. I'm gonna head on out of here. So the guy gave me the key, and he was like, the car should be in the back. And I told him I can't find the car. My uncle dropped me off, and I don't see the car anywhere. And he was like, like that was my fault, dude. If you got a problem with how they do things, maybe you should address it to them. You see what I'm saying? Bad business. You know what I'm saying? Like, how you gonna be mad at me because of the way how you can't do your job correctly? It may not be your fault, but again, address it to the people that is making your job harder, not me. Like I said, I already paid for it. I already made sure that everything should have been orchestrated when it comes to the transaction. If you can't do your job correctly, then that's your fault. Don't blame me. Don't blame the black dude. As many times y'all want to say we like to get handouts, you want to have the easy way out. No, not this nigga right here. I'm all about business and I'm all about profit and I'm all about getting my time well spent. When you waste my time like this, when you waste my money, things are not going to end well for the both of us. So he was able to get the car, and then right when I got outside, I saw Leo again. He didn't even say nothing to me for some reason. I don't know why. I was going to talk to him about the car, and I was thinking maybe I should give him a piece of my mind also, but I wanted to see how the car drove first to see if they actually looked at it. So I drove around the highway, and the car actually, I didn't hear no sound from the back of the wheel, so that was actually a good thing. On my way to work though, and I didn't want to put any hopes to it, but the light showed up again. The light showed up again. Now I was thinking real hard about this. I was thinking, you know what, maybe Maybe I should call them up and let them know. Call him up, I mean, and let him know and tell him, hey, look, the light's showing up again. Oh no, well, like bring it up. No, 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 no. I'm not bringing that car up again. This is what I'm going to do. First of all, I am going to go up there and I'm going to get my full refund back. Because apparently you guys cannot do y'all job correctly. Y'all are not good with y'all communication. You lied to the customers saying that the car is fixed, which it is not. Y'all don't even y'all park it in one space and then don't even freaking look at it. Or maybe it's just me. Maybe it's me y'all doing this too, which actually breaks my heart because again, we have grown into a good relationship between not just you and me, Leo, but just the people in GTO. We're familiars. You know my father. You know my auntie. You know my uncle. You know my cousin. You know my friends. You know my brother. So why act like this? You would think out of anybody, you would think I would be the last one for you to do this to. It's not like I cheated you out of your money. It's not like I cursed you out. It's not like I disrespected you. So what is the problem? That I don't understand. Or maybe, because I do have that luck. I do have that luck where I do come into people in bad terms of attitudes. Like I do come up to people in their bad day. But I feel like if you are that type of person to take it out on everybody else or take your job on everybody else, then you just don't have a good attitude adjustment. You're just a child at that point. But it didn't seem the case with you. I've talked to you about the car, and you said like you was gonna get it fixed, but those days you didn't. Those days that it's like you look at it, or maybe you thought that I was BSing, but I told you the light shows on and off. There are times the light would show, but it depends on how fast you're driving. You fix partial of the problem. The light would just show a period, but now you fix it to the point where the light would just show up when you drive it in a certain amount of speed. If you wasn't sure of how accurate I was, maybe you should have just asked me to explain it better. I could have done that easily. Which raises the question, what the fuck is going on with you people? Why have y'all sucking so low? I was going to ask for a refund. I was going to demand a refund because I do not like my money just being thrown away. But you know what? I thought about it and I was like, you know what? No. Because what if he actually tried to his best and his best wasn't enough? And not only that, but you guys have actually helped me out, not just by fixing my cars before, not just by fixing my car before this one, but just helping me out in certain other aspects that y'all didn't need to. So I feel as if no good deed goes unpunished, and I do believe that. So take this as a good grace period. You can keep the $500. I'm a bastard, but I'm not a cheap bastard. You can keep it. You can keep it. You can keep the money. But I am gonna post this video just so I can let this be out as history of how you guys treated me, how our business was, and how it just dropped down to the drain. It is over between us. I'm done. Look how tired I am. I am done. I'm through. I'm through going back and forth with you people. I've been doing this for the past, March, April, about to go to May, about to be almost 3 fucking months. I am done. Now I'm gonna do something that a lot of people it's gonna be like the ultimate sacrifice. I have to go back to my old mechanic. Like I said, those people were better. Those people was ahead of their game. But the only reason why I stopped going to them was because of new car, new mechanic. Basically what my dad said. But I gave you guys a chance. Y'all did good for a short while, and I'm pretty sure this is probably not even a major problem. This is probably something that could just be fixed immediately. It can't be a major problem because the car can still drive. The car is not making no big major noises. The car can brake just fine. There's no rattling noises in the engine, so I'm pretty sure it's like a sensing issue. I don't know much about cars. I'm just going by the physics of what I'm experiencing. But not every mechanic knows everything. I mean, I'm not saying you are the worst people that's out there now when it comes to fixing cars. Y'all not worse than Del Rio. Del Rio, Del Rio. If y'all know Del Rio is one of the worst mechanics ever. I went to Del Rio one time, and dude, their service is so terrible. They charge you $80 for a freaking oil change. That's insane. A regular oil change, not synthetic, a regular oil change. $80. I remember when I went up there to get a tune-up, and then when I went to get my car back, and then my car was having a hard time starting, and I checked the hood, and the freaking battery wasn't even in all the way. These dudes, these niggas didn't even freaking like put everything back together. And then I looked at reviews on Google, and it wasn't just me. A lot of people can't stand y'all. How is y'all still doing business? I don't understand. That's why I'm doing this video to you, G.T.O, because I feel like if I do get a refund back to you guys, it won't just be because of inconvenience, but because so I can keep my mouth shut. I feel like the best way to fix y'all business is exposure. Let y'all see how bad y'all are now. If it's just me, all right, then it's just me. So please address me the situation. Please explain to me why y'all business is the way it is now. I've did everything, like I've been nothing but good to you people. So why treat me like this? If it's just me. I mean, for Christ's sakes, when I was going through this crap with you guys, I'm trying not to waste too much time on this video because I got 2 more videos to post, and I'm trying not to waste too much of my energy. But when I was going through this problem with the VSA, like when I was fed up, there was another guy behind me, and he asked me about you guys when it comes to y'all business. I was on the fence because I was already fed up, but I was telling them, you know what, they're good people. You're in good hands. And you know what, honestly, I don't regret saying that to him because maybe it's just my experience. Maybe it's just me. Everybody's experience is different. I try my best to look at things in both aspects. I try not to be selfish and just be like, you know what, I need it. You know what, and if you don't fix it, then I want my money back. No, I don't think of things like that. That's why I took my time trying to adjust the situation the best way I could. And for y'all being tired of me keep showing up, and because I can tell y'all was fed up. I'm a very patient person, so I'm pretty sure y'all was fed up by me showing up. That's why I kind of feel like y'all effort of fixing my car was beginning to sink down because y'all got tired of my car keep coming there. But again, if y'all are tired of me showing up, then maybe I should just get the fucking thing fixed. Then I wouldn't show up. Common sense. I'm just saying. Common sense. If you're tired of me showing up, if you're tired of me keep complaining about it, if you're tired of me keep calling you, if you're tired of me keep bugging you, if you're tired of just seeing my car come up to the fucking highway, if you're tired of me just keep telling you that the light is showing up, if you're tired of me just keep nagging you, keep bugging you, keep just getting you frustrated, because I was frustrated. I was getting nagged. I was getting bugged by that fucking light. And no one else besides you and me was more pissed off than my girlfriend. Every time we got in that car, because ever since she got into that car accident a long while ago, she got traumatized driving cars. Do you know how bad it is to have somebody like her in that car with you? Being traumatized of cars, period. So when she sees lights like that, it infuriates her. Because she was in a life-threatening situation in that car accident. I don't want to get back deep into it, but people like her are one of the worst backseat drivers. They are very cautious. They look at everything in the dashboard. Oh, your tank is half empty. Oh, what's that light doing right there? Why is that feeling on and on? Oh, what's that sound in the background? I was hearing that for the past 3 fucking months straight. So you don't know what I'm going through with this right now. It ain't just me. It ain't just me. It's not just me. But at the same time, I was still holding my patience. I couldn't just think for her. Even though she's my girlfriend, I love her to death. I could not think just for her. I had to think in your perspective too. Y'all trying the best you can. Y'all doing the best you can. And even if y'all can't, I know you're getting at it eventually. But the lies, the miscommunication, the bad businesses, it was beginning to frustrate me. Now you understand my point of view. Now you understand how I feel about it. And she demanded me to get my money back. She was like, no, you get your $500. And I told her, no. Maybe if you was a newer company and I'm just trying you guys out, yes, I would definitely have done that. But since we've grown a bond, since we had a good vision, not just with cars, but just the way how like business, because I'm a business person. I work 3 jobs. I work 1, 2, 3 jobs, working on 4 jobs right now. When I talk to a business person about business, I like how we communicate, how we flourish when it comes to how to make our business better. That's how we end up being, that's how we end up having a big bond. That's why I end up coming to you guys a lot. That's why I'm better in my other mechanic shops. Because even though we talked, we didn't have that big, well, I wasn't really that mature since then either. So that's also another reason. But that's the reason why I wanted y'all to keep the money. Because moments like this, money is the least of my problems. Dude, $500 ain't shit to me. I do hate when my money be wasted. I do. I really do. Everybody hate when their money is wasted. No one likes wasted money, but no one likes to be lied to either. And no one likes it when their time is wasted also. And all those 3 things happen to me. Now, I'm not going to end this video by saying don't go to G.T.O ever again. Stay away from it. No, I'm not going to do that. I am going to end the video by saying this. Until they get their shit together, don't go to the one in Berkeley, Illinois. That's the one that I went to. Don't go to the one in Berkeley, Illinois. I will post the address because I notice when you post videos like this when it comes to business exposure, some people would say like, don't give the address, but you have to, because if you don't, then you're hurting all the businesses that's related to that one. If I say just G.T.O, then I'm saying every G.T.O across the freaking nation. But I need to address it to the one that I went to. Not all of the same Burger King is gonna have bad businesses. Not all of the same GameStops is gonna have bad businesses. You cannot judge one store out of the whole nation of that same store. That's not the way. That's not logic thinking. Just because one African American treats you like shit doesn't mean that all black men is shit. My point exactly. Exposed. Now I'm done. I got 2 more videos to post. I'm done talking. Don't go to the G.T.O in Berkeley, Illinois. Don't. See ya.
Flash rhymes, coded with spangles, out some sounds and at times wangles. 3 dots connect to rectangles, just like music sounds connect and rambles.